Me as a soldier of justice, and Mike talks about I have old school principles. Well, I just have principles I think that work for the us, that work for the common folk that are out there every day trying to make a difference, trying to do it the right way, being truthful. It's real simple. It's real simple. We deserve more, we want more, and we've got to stand up and ask for it. So at what point, you guys, at what point do we say what's going on in Tulsa is okay? It's not okay. Oklahoma is not okay when we're not okay. And it's okay to say that. There's no problem saying that. I know that there is a spirit in this community that is irrepressible. And it is time for us to say, guess what? It's not about that seat in the Senate belonging to a person. That seat belongs to the people. And somehow we got away from that concept. We got away from that concept. And we're just saying that on April 7th, we will decide if the doctors in this community, that we've got lots of health clinics springing up. We've got some practitioners who have cared for this community on an individual basis. They're kind of getting the squeeze. And there's got to be a way that we can consolidate our efforts, that we can hold on to the treasures that are in this community and support everybody. So we've talked about health care, we've talked about Medicaid being cut, and we know how that affects you when you're trying to go and others that are trying to go and just be cared for. So we want those services, and we're not pleased that Medicaid has been cut. But we don't have to just sit back and act like that's just the end all and that's it. We don't have to do that. And we also don't have to sit back when we talk about police issues in this community, when we know that community policing works. We know that when you know the police officers that are coming down your street and they know you by your first name, and they know your children, and they know who your mother and father were, they know that you have a different kind of relationship. So no longer is it us against them, but it's the we of the matter. And we've got to get to that. Is there mistrust in the community? Yes. Are there things going on in the community that should not be? Yes. But when neighbors can call me and say, Regina, can we figure out a way to get with the police officers and the officers with us, and we arrange those meetings, and we see there's dialogue, and when a little child can see in a police officer's eyes, they can see themselves, then we have that kind of synergy, we have that kind of community that is about you, me, the power, we. So we've talked about the whole education system, and we know that there is a disproportionate number of suspensions in Tulsa public schools, right? And we know that those are issues that we can address. And how do we address them? We address them by, first of all, understanding due process. And so we've been able to get children back in schools that had not been afforded due process, and those kids have gone on to get scholarships and go on to college, but had they not been derailed or had they not been sidetracked by somebody that had an agenda other than the power of we, that's when we have to stand up. And that's what we've been doing decade after decade after decade. So when I see the folks that make this community work, when I see the store owners, and when I see the doctors, and when I see the lawyers, and I see the school teachers, right? I see the bakers and the candlestick makers, that is the power of we. We're going to go, with your help, we're going to go to the core principles of who we are, and we're going to break through politics as usual. This is an exciting time for this community. Let's continue to do what we're doing. Let's continue to help each other. Let's continue to reach across the tables here, not the aisle, just the table. Just reach across the table and find somebody new and see what you have in common and see that. And another thing, let me say this. When I hear that the MBOP parents are concerned about policing in this community, that says a whole bunch to me. That says a tremendous amount that we're going to march to a different drummer. We're going to hear a different kind of music. We're going to create a new song in Tulsa with your help, you guys. My name is Regina Goodwin. I promise you, if we get through this election and we get, look, be very clear. Only Democrats can vote in this election, okay? It is a winner-take-all election, meaning get one vote more than the other candidate, you will be standing there as the senator. And let me refute some of while I'm standing here, let's be very clear. I always say this wherever I go because I think education is key. Education has always been key. Understand this. If Representative Matthews were to lose this race, he will remain as our state representative. Please understand this. If I am to be elected, I will be allowed to vote in the Senate. There are some rumors going around in this community that we got to get to the truth, to the heart of the matter. Okay, so if you don't know, get the accurate information so you can make the best decision you need to make when it comes to voting. And again, we talk about experience matters. I've been hearing that, radio ads, okay? Experience does matter. Experience is in the doing. I've been in this community for more than 20 years, taking grassroots efforts from here to the state capitol, dealing with the Attorney General, dealing with the Secretary of State, because we could read, we could write, we could comprehend. We understood when we were getting a bad deal. We understood when there was some legislation, as Dr. Marshall has brought to our attention on certain issues, that would not bode well for us. We don't have to be attorneys like my Uncle Jim to understand these issues. Thank God for these young ladies that can come to you and stand in front of you and put it out there just like that. If they can get it, Lord knows we can get it. I'm 52 years old. If they can get it at their age, I know we can get it. This is a smart, resilient community. I can't wait till April 7th. The power, we can shock the world. We can turn this thing around and keep it moving, you guys. Regina Goodwin, April 7th. Let's